Let's talk about the prices to see what's been going on in the last while. We'll talk about RMRK, Kusama, Polkadot, and Acala in today's video. It's going to be a bit different. We haven't looked at Acala in quite some time on this channel when it comes to the prices, and so we'll talk about it in today's video because it does have something to do with a recent change in their tokenomics, which came unexpectedly. And yeah, let's take a look at RMRK first. So you can see it's trading at $4.04, which does mean that we got quite a dip, unfortunately, from $5. As you can see on the 8-hour chart, we had this nice pop there to $5. Right over here, we actually had two different pops. We had this one to $5. We had one to $4.99 just before, but unfortunately you can't see that because this is the 8-hour chart. And then we had one more pop to $4.60 before slowly pulling back, but it's not a major pullback. If you see here, it's still in that accumulation phase. We're likely going to have another leg up. It could be even higher. Perhaps this is the left shoulder. Perhaps we're going to get ahead soon. Or perhaps this was somewhat ahead depending how you look at it, although it doesn't really form it that well. It's not like a proper formation. It's more like a stair formation where we could possibly make another leg up. As you could see here, the bottom that we've got at now is kind of hitting the top from this left shoulder here if it is the head and shoulder formation. But I do think we do have potential to go up higher considering the fundamentals, because you got to consider those as well, and I always consider them. And in this case, the upcoming public sale for the Skybreach land sales on the 30th of June, in fact, that's when we can expect that to happen. And so because people that don't have Canary birds can actually buy we're using RMRK, then that means that it could create some sort of buy pressure here, and we could potentially see another leg up to maybe $5 or higher. And the reason why $5 is a bit of a struggle is because, as you can see here previously, we did struggle to break it because there is some resistance. The last leg of resistance was around $4, which got broken. We're now sitting at that as support, and the next line of resistance is at $5 now. Unfortunately, as you can see, this line here, which I've drawn, and this is all the way back from the beginning when RMRK started trading on KuCoin. As you can see, we had a little bit of a resistance here. Is not too big, unfortunately. Fortunately, it's not too big, I should say, because the $8 one is the horrible one. It's like the mother of all resistances. And so you could see here around $5, we do have a little bit of resistance from these charts, from these bars here. Okay. And so yeah, we can expect $5 to hold depending on how we're going to do. When it comes to the public sale, if the FOMO is going to be big enough, depending on Bitcoin too, of course. But I do like the look of this. This does look good, right? It could be a head and shoulder, and in that case we could go down, but it could also be the sign of a bullish momentum here of another leg up, and there's a higher probability that that could be the case, considering that the market has pulled back somewhat and we are holding okay around this area of support around $4. And so yeah. Let's look at Kusama here. Kusama is at 55.39. Again, mother of all resistance is around 65 here, as you can see, 65 to 67. This one here, it is very big because we've been accumulating here for quite some time, so it's going to be hard to break this. But then, of course, we do have support around the area of $50. As you know, we have been at 50 before. We held okay around this area, and then we pushed back up. So $50 for support if we were to drop lower, and $65 for a resistance. Now looking at DOT, let's see how DOT has been doing. $8.16 at the moment. We do have resistance, and it's quite a lot of it, around $9. As you can see here, we've got different points here of resistance, areas of previous accumulation, and we do have some support, not too much, around $7.30, and then the next one is around $6 where we had that dip before the last pop that we had. And so yeah, around $6 is the last area of support that we have. Let's hope we don't revisit that anytime soon. And then we've got resistance around $9 here. And looking at Acala, Acala is 26 cents at the moment. We had a massive dump with Acala. I know you could argue that everything else has dumped, but Acala and Karura are kind of evenly matched in terms of price, even though Acala has a 1 billion total supply token, whereas Karura is a 100 million total supply token, right? And I know that it all depends on how much there is in circulation, and in the case of Acala, unfortunately, there was some change to their tokenomics, which we didn't see before. They didn't tell us about. I don't know why they did that. It's not cool, to be honest, but they did. And because of that, this was likely the culprit for this dump that we've seen here. Basically, more tokens have been released in circulation, and I'm going to talk about that in a separate video. But for now, just know that this is the situation. This is the culprit, in my opinion. It's not really to do with the market. To do with the market, I would have said it would have been around here, 50 cents. Okay, so if we would have held around 50 cents, then that would have been okay, even 45 cents. But because of this recent change in tokenomics, as you can see, we started to move down as more people were dumping, right? And top that with crowdloaners as well, because remember, you still get your crowdloan rewards for Acala. And you can stake Acala, by the way, if you didn't already know, you can stake Acala. So yes, do stake if you want to earn some extra passive income. But like I said, in a separate video, I'm going to talk about what was the reason for this dump. And yeah, so the resistance for Acala is now switched to around 35 cents. Unfortunately, as you can see, we got a lot of resistance here. It's going to be a whole world of trouble for us to break through this. But we don't have any support, unfortunately. Like, this could be the area of support that we're at right now. This area here on 23 cents acted as a bit of a support here, because buyers just saw potential here and they just started pushing the price up. Although we moved down once again to around 25 cents, we saw this push to the upside again. But there is a risk that we could go lower. Remember, crowdloaners and the unfortunate event of the tokenomic change, which we'll talk about in a different video. That's it from today's short video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.